All right, good morning and happy Friday, and uh, welcome. We are going to continue our deep dive look into advanced custom fields and GenerateBlocks, and more specifically, we're going to be looking today at the gallery field in advanced custom fields. So we're gonna add something to our quite messy ghost trap entry here in our ghost busting gear. So I've already, because I actually started recording this video just a little while ago and I goofed up, um, I've already added an image gallery field. So this is advanced custom fields, and we went to field groups and we are looking at the ghost gear data, and it is tied to our ghost gear custom post type. And you can see how we got to all this in the previous videos in this playlist. So the image gallery field we're using is pretty straightforward. It's just the gallery field type. And we named it image gallery, big surprise. And, I like to prefix everything. So since this is ghost gear, everything is prefixed with a GG. So GG image gallery. And as always, we're returning a full array of data. So we want advanced custom fields to give us lots of stuff that we can do things with in GenerateBlocks with those dynamic tags. So yeah, so now let's. I'm going to save that again, and I'm going to jump over to Ghost Gear, and let's look at the Ghost Trap, and let's just go add bunches of images. It should be down here at the bottom. Yeah, there it is. Advanced Custom Fields has such a great interface. Let's do, is that 8 maybe? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you can delete things. You can move things around. It makes it so easy. You can click and get this here that you can modify if you want to, and then update it, and you're done, and close it. I love it. It's a great field type. Really intuitive for client users. So we save that. So let's do like we always do. Let's go modify our short code. Ghost Gear single template. We're under elements, which is a generate press thing, but we're building it with GenerateBlocks. So, and again, this is not an ideal scenario. We have all of our tags and things, but because GenerateBlocks is unaware of where the data is coming from, it can't give us previews. And that's something I keep saying I'm going to work on, and I never get around to it. Let's see. Okay, GG. So here's the short code that I've written that should spit out a formatted array of the data that this is going to return. So let's run our ghost traps. I'm going to refresh, and let's scroll down and see if that short code is giving us anything. And oh yeah, okay. Ooh, lots and lots of things. Lots of things. Okay. So again, an array, the count begins with 0. So this is the first item of the array, or the first image. So the first image is this proton pack. We get all kinds of things with it. URLs, links. Gosh, I really need to, you know what? I'm going to move this down. Okay, Control T. We're going to add another container here just for that short code, because things are getting a bit crazy. And let's add some spacing. Let's see how that looks. That should give us a little more room to read everything, I hope. Yeah, okay. What's the link? Oh, that's like the attachment link, because of course WordPress gives you that. Look, here's the alt attribute, author ID, the name of the file, the post that it's uploaded to, dates. See, we get all kinds of crazy things. But this is great. This is the kind of stuff that I want. Man, all the image sizes. And this is one, so it's actually the second image. So you get what I mean. And we're going to use this to build our gallery and generate blocks using dynamic tags. And I'm going to struggle through that, I am sure, because I can't remember it all. I'm kind of doing this off the cuff. Let's see. So we want that to be another container. And let's add a grid within that. And we're going to use that grid block. Or no, we're not. No, we're not. Nope. We're going to do this. So I'm going to call this, I like renaming my stuff to keep it nice and clean. Custom field data array. Or I'll just call it data. It may not be an array. Yeah, and then within that, that's going to be our gallery grid. Okay, so we're going to change this layout to. I guess we'll change it to a grid. We'll try that first. 5 or 6? No, we'll do 6. Yeah, okay. So then within that, that's where, oh man, I'm an idiot. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm not query block. So yeah, we gotta query the things. So let's rename that first because I'm OCD about it. Gallery query. And now let's go to the settings. Standard is not going to be post. It's going to be a post meta query. We're not really going to do pagination. It is the current post meta key, GG image gallery, because that drop down is not aware of what fields are available. We want unlimited, so -1. And this tag name can be, yeah, that's fine. Okay, so this will be just a div. We can change it to something else, but a div is fine. This can be, I don't have a figure in here, do I? So this is going to be our grid. We're going to change it to that. And then we have our item, and that can't be a figure. Okay. We'll do that as a figure. And I'm not going to get too deep into what the markup should be. I don't know if I'd make this an unordered list or if I would make this. I'm not sure, to be honest. But we're gonna just roll with it. Okay. So we're not going to use any of these. We're going to use the dynamic tag to go snag this. Okay. And I think I did this last video. I think it's a loop item. Man, I'm not sure. Meta key. Is that? Okay. So it's going to loop. It should hit this, and then we get these things revealed to us. So that ID, yeah, sure, that's great. But we want this URL. So I'm thinking URL. Oh, but man. So key. Nope. I'm thinking I'm off track here. Let's see what it gives us. I do this every single time. Oh, Okay, no, we are on the right track. Okay, so let's take a look under the hood here and let's see what it's giving us. So figure and image, and okay, no alt because we have to fill that ourselves. Could we do, you know what? Let's just try something here. If I give it the ID, is it going to build the responsive sizes for us? Like, is GenerateBlocks smart enough to do that? Oh, my good gravy, it is. Oh, man, would you look at that? That there is a thing of beauty. Okay, that's new to me. Okay, and it fills in the alt attribute from, okay. So that's super interesting. Okay, that's even better than I could have hoped for. So we're getting the responsive sizes automatically just by using that ID. Man, way to go, generate blocks. So I guess technically you could return just the ID. Now we're going to be able to do more things without it potentially because we're getting the ID anyway right there. I wonder why two, one capitalized, one not capitalized. Maybe that's a deprecated kind of thing. But anyway, so that's beautiful. But now they're all different sizes. They're kind of wonky. So let's take a look at that. And let's go to our styling now and sizing. And let's see, max width, 100%. Sure. Let's change this to, you know what? We don't need to change that. Let's just change them to squares using our aspect ratio nifty difty. Yeah. What did I say? Handy dandy? Nifty nifty? Uh, Attribute? And that should be a little prettier. There we go. Okay, I'm just going to crop them and let's change our images to display block. That will get rid of that space on the bottom that you see here. Yeah, so see how the white space is being included. If you change it to block, it drops that. And I don't know the technical reason behind that, but it always works. Maybe something with line height as an item, as an inline. Okay, so now let's say we want to link to it. Oh, wait a minute. We've got to do first our. We know what? Sorry, I broke the rhythm. We'll do that last. We're going to look in the database and see how these things are stored. I'll bet it's a serialized array. What if we want to include a link? Now, I'm not going to do Lightbox or try to get fancy with that, but just say we want to link to the larger version of that image. So now we can come to go to our loop item again, and now we get meta key. Okay, now I think we can use that URL. We could even do the sizes. Tell you what, we'll try that. Let's just do URL first. And we want it to open in a new tab. Let's save. And refresh. And now we have a link with each one of them. What does that look like? A link. Okay, very cool. So we could now say, what if we want to add a title, an aria, label to it, or a title? Let's do a title. So let's say title, because we're still, no, that's the image. Okay. So if we want to do that, we'll have to add the link manually. And that's okay. We can do that. So how would we do that? Because if I add title here, it's going to apply it to the image. So if we manually write out this dynamic tag to say pull the alt attribute, because I believe, or you can include a title, but we don't have a title. Yeah, there's the alt right there. So that's what we're going for. So let's check that to include it. I don't think it'll modify it. Okay, saved. And if I'm correct, that will be applied to the image itself. Oh my goodness. So it was smart enough to apply it to the link and not the image. I'm learning all kinds of crazy things. So we still have the alt. Okay, so let's update this to view, and then the alt attribute of what the image is larger. And now let's see how it reads. Okay. There it is. View proton pack larger. Luke and Yoda get deep larger. Yeah. We tend to forget about the I don't know, there's a nostalgia to these old attributes that, you know, we took them for granted back then. I think that they are kind of handy now, but maybe not. We're always trying to make them more attractive. Doing his thing. So this might be converted to like a popover or something, but you know what? It gets the job done, and it's not ugly. I even wonder if there's CSS to style a title. Another video. Anyway, so that is really cool that I can do that to the image, but because we've included a link and then we add a title attribute. Oh, link attributes. Well, I'm a dummy. All these are link attributes. So what image attributes? Would that be under advanced? HTML attributes. Oh. Okay, well, let's just see then. Okay, so we have the alt. Let's see. Yep. We're just playing now. And then I'm going to keep this short because, we're essentially done. Yeah, okay, so it overrides the default or built-in alt attribute. Like if you were to go to the media portion of WordPress and modify the alt attributes for all of these images, if we do it here like we've done in GenerateBlocks, it's going to override that, even though we're using that ID to generate all those great image sizes. Man, that's kind of crazy and very cool. Okay, so I can leave this blank and it's going to auto apply those alt attributes. I'll take that. Okay. Yeah, so I know that is, as far as this is concerned, yeah, you get no preview and that stinks. And I don't like that. But it is what it is for right now. And I think especially if you're doing this locally or on staging or some development area, it's not that hard to drop something in and style it, then jump over here and refresh and see how it looks. I think that's okay. So I think I'm going to leave that as is. And I don't think we need to say anything else. I think we can go to the database now You know what? I may, okay, just because I'm me, uh, that's the grid. Because these things are so darn easy to style, let's just do 2 pixels in between each. Just to give it a little bit of space, a little bit of definition in between each block. Yeah, groovy. All right, so we've done that. This is the data you get when requesting the information that GenerateBlocks has access to. Um, oh, you know what? Yeah. So there's one more thing I was going to show you. So let's say this image, maybe we don't want, no, we're using ID. Okay, well, say you don't want to use ID. I'm going to show you that dot notation. So maybe we want, what does our markup look like? What is it actually giving us as far as that size? $768 by 1015. Okay. So that is the source it's rendering. And if we were to bump it down, then it switches to the 300. Okay. So it is being responsive. I wanted to show you the dot notation for grabbing. I'm being wishy-washy over what to. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do the link. So right now it links to a full-size image. As you can see right here, that's just the raw regular image. But let's say we want to link it to something that's a little bit smaller. We can use this to go grab, say, the medium. We'll do the medium. Okay, yeah, let's do the medium. Okay, so loop item key, instead of URL, we'll go sizes, medium, and save. Sizes, medium. Okay, we saved it. Now let's see what they link to. And we have the medium size. And just to confirm that, wait, that was the proton pack, the first thing. So medium. Yep. There it is right there. So yeah, so that dot notation comes in really handy when working with arrays like this, because you can get damn near anything you want. We'll do one more. I'm going to include the not the author, mom type or date. So say you want to include, okay, that's link attributes. Let's go to the, yeah, data date. So we have loop item key. And is it just date? Just date? Date. Where's date? Date. And now I'll close that. Let's refresh again. And now each of these images should have a data attribute called data date that media ID, data date, and it is now filled with, okay, so for example, that's, well, what's the first one that's easier to find? Data date. Where'd it go? Data date. It's broken up over 2 lines. 25, 15, 55, 28. There it is. Yeah. So it gives it to you just as it is shown in the array. And now I can't remember if dynamic tags can handle dates. Another video, but there you go. So I'm going to try to finish this within the 30-minute marker. So yeah, so that's all that. Cool. Yeah, it's really easy, right? So let's take a quick peek at how this stuff is stored in the database. So we're going to look at our post meta, and let's select data. And that is what would be the best way for me. Let's see, let's just look at the end, because we did just add this. Oh, those stinking footnotes. Display conditions. There it is. GG image gallery, just as I thought. It's a serialized array. Easy enough. So again, all this means is so it does the first array is a letter. So there's only one, so A. If there were another, it'd be B. There are 8 items in the array, and then you go into the array, and it gives you what kind of value it is. So the first is the array position is 0. It's an integer, so 0. The next value is going to be a string of 3 characters, and it is 595. And even though it's a number, it's in quotes, so it's presenting it as a string. Like it could be any characters, whereas an integer can be only numbers. So yeah, that's how it's stored. We've come across this before, and thankfully we don't have to do anything with that, because GenerateBlocks does all the lovely work for us, and more than I realized, giving us those responsive image sizes with just an ID. So very cool. So yeah, look at that. Under 30 minutes. I'm going to leave it at that. You guys have a great weekend. Please like, subscribe, give me some feedback, leave some comments, and tell me what you think. What kind of other stuff do you want to see? This may be the end of the custom fields, the advanced custom fields series, and I'll move on to something else. But let me know if I've missed anything. And all of you take care.